Good morning. Monday is here, my friends. A cold Monday in Alberta. I'm going to let you grab your coffees and let's connect this morning. Feel free if you are going to hang out. Would love to know you're here. Please say hi in the comments. And we begin another day. You know, there's just sometimes nothing better than those first sips of coffee. Am I right? Morning, Chels. How are you? Are you staying warm? Brr. Morning, Kath. The gang's all here. Well, you're getting here. Get yourself situated. Cheryl. Morning. Holy frick, it's cold. Yeah, it really is cold. Morning, Liz. Although I've seen some temperatures from some other provinces across the country, and our cold isn't as cold as some of them. Maybe unless you're up north, you might be colder than we are down south. But I mean, with the wind chills, we're hitting into some pretty nasty temperatures. But what's chills? Her water froze, so she gets a day off. Well, I guess the positive is that there's a day off. Yeah. That sounds like no fun, though. Just saying. All right. Well, let's connect, my friends. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. You could be brand new. We're getting new people checking us out all the time. And thank you to those of you who are sharing our coffee club on your socials and bringing more friends over to join the fun. We connect here every day at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, just to create a sense of community, have someone to have coffee with in the morning, and we don't feel so damn alone. We can talk about really important things in the world, like how hot the character Rip is on the show Yellowstone. I feel like he's changing lives. Yeah, so really important things like that. Whatever you want to talk about, this is also your platform. So if there's something on your mind or something you'd like to connect about, please post that in the comments. On the weekend, on Saturday's coffee chat, we were talking a bit about sharing different loves of things, for example, books. And so we decided we're going to create a virtual coffee club book list. And then you've got this cool list of books at your fingertips when you're looking for the next read. So there is a post on my Facebook for those of you who are watching on the other channels where you can post in the comments some of your, whether it's a favorite book, whether it's one that's on your list, whatever, share that in there. Definitely favorite reads if you've got those, because we want to create this list and then share it around. So just a reminder to add to that book list, and I will hopefully have that list posted for us in a couple of days. And then, you know, if you've got something you need to read, or you'd like to pick up a book, you've got some recommendations from your friends in Virtual Coffee Club. And that's what I think is kind of fun, is when you start to create a community, then we can, right? It's like you want to try things that your friends recommend you try. That's basically the premise of that. So that's what we will do. What else is on your mind on this Monday morning? Okay, good. Chelsea needs new reads. So the post, I think I posted it yesterday. You can go see, there's a picture of a book in the comments, post your favorite reads, and I'm going to compile the full list and I'll post it later this week, like I said. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Besides it being really cold, I don't know what else is going on in the world, except that the only thing people are talking about, I feel like, from yesterday into this morning is the Super Bowl. Good morning, Rob. It's so good to have you here. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. That's what people are tweeting about. That's what people are messaging about, whether they liked the halftime show or whether they didn't, whether they thought the weekend was great or whether they didn't. I don't know if you feel like you'd like to weigh in on that. I didn't watch a stitch of it. I had a massive migraine yesterday, and so I just laid in the dark. That was my really exciting Sunday, but feeling much better today. But what did you think? Was it a good show? Was it not? I mean, I think that it's cool when the biggest stage of the world, really, one of the biggest stages of the world, features a Canadian-born artist. That's pretty exciting, right? The Weeknd played, and he is from Toronto, I believe. So just amazing to have a Canadian take the stage at a very dynamic spot. What I think is kind of interesting, I heard a story on the radio this morning that about, I want to say 10 years prior, could be 10-ish years prior, almost the same time, the Weeknd guy was in a talent show for singing at this, like almost like this weekend 10 years ago, and he lost. And then boom, 10 years goes by, and there he is taking the stage at one of the world's most watched opportunities. That's pretty fantastic. If that doesn't show you right there that if you have a dream and you have a goal and you have a vision for what you'd like to accomplish in your life, it's possible when you work really hard for it. That's what that makes me think of. It's kind of good for a Motivation Monday, right? It's just, you know what, if you feel like you keep getting knocked down, keep going. Keep going. Jim said he didn't watch the whole thing because he's tired of seeing Tom Brady win again. Well, but he's got it. He's got it. I mean, he's one of the oldest players. He's probably not going to gut it for very long, Jim. You don't have much time. I don't know. That's what sort of made me think of today, but lots of people were talking about it. I saw that our prime minister tweeted about the Weeknd, saying that, basically showing the Canadian love for him on that. He also did the same kind of thing to Dan Levy about Schitt's Creek. So I guess he's finding something else to tweet about these days instead of the state of our country. But I appreciate, on a side note of that, I appreciate that he's flying the flag for those things. Good morning, April. Welcome. I don't know. Love him or hate him. Just what it is. What else is on your mind on this Monday morning, my friends? What are you thinking about? Oops. As I crash my coffee cup everywhere, I promise there's only coffee in it today. Although it's cold enough that I feel like we could have an excuse to put something else in our coffee today. Have you heard of sauna suits? That would be ideal for going for a walk today. I feel like that would feel delish. Because it's just, yeah, winter in February. But this is our first taste of it, so I guess we can't totally brag about it, I guess. It was coming. Good morning, Scott. Welcome. It is another cold one. Chelsea says, weird halftime show. I like the Weeknd's music, but it was an odd performance and no special guest joins in. Boo. But the Bucks won, and of course they would, which is awesome. Yeah. Like, I didn't see the show. I'm not sure. And I think, who was it? What the guy's names went right out of my head now. Eric Church sang the anthem. Is that correct? So that's kind of cool. It's really, like, I feel like the most. Did you get a chance to check out the new comedic stylings of myself and Mike with our new podcast called Say What Now? I posted it on Friday. If you haven't get a chance to check it out, I would appreciate it. Hopefully it will bring you a laugh. Like I said in the thing, we're not going for Pulitzer Prize winning, award-winning podcast series. We're going for the opportunity to bring you a laugh. Hopefully it will do that. What else? Friday was so much fun. If you didn't get a chance to connect with our coffee chat on Friday, I had my friend Lynn Roberts on, who is a first responder in Alberta. He is amazing. And we talked about his time as a primary care paramedic, as a firefighter, and he would also go to rodeos, even practices at Olds College, and be the paramedic on site to help out with the sport of rodeo, which I think is pretty cool. So if you didn't get a chance, it's still up if you want to connect with it. It was good. It was really good. Rhett, it's Monday. I know. How do you get motivated for work when you're so cold? Cheryl, it was awesome. Thank you for checking it out. Yes, April did too. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to keep going. It looks like the response has been that you enjoyed the laughing. So that's what we'll give it a go again this week. And hopefully we can have that same outcome for you. Pretty cool. Yeah. It just feels so much like a Monday today. And normally, I don't know if I ever feel that because as you know, if you know me and you've been a part of the club, you know I really don't like Tuesdays. But today feels like a Monday. And I don't know how, in that I feel like most of the days, they just kind of all run together still. But it feels like a Monday today. But I guess some exciting news in Alberta for those of you who are in our Alberta watching area. The change of restrictions happens today. So I believe restaurants are open as of today for you to dine in. Keep in mind, you'll probably want to make reservations as much as you can because they're still going to be at half capacity or so. I guess a public service announcement for you is that Valentine's Day is coming up on Sunday. So if you were planning on doing a Valentine's dinner out, because now you can, you might have been originally planning. But if you're a guy, I'm like, you were not planning ahead. But anyway, if you were going to do a dine out experience for Valentine's this weekend, please call and make your reservation today. Okay, guys, half capacity, that is going to go like that, whatever community you're in, but a great opportunity for you to get out and support our local restaurants. I think that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Liz says, gyms are open to presence service. I think our gyms aren't open. They're only open for one-on-one training, is my understanding on that, but I'm not the deliverer of the government news. That would not be a fun job. Except that if I did have that job, I would make it way more fun. And don't get me wrong, I get that a pandemic is serious and there's serious shit going on and people are freaking out and all of that stuff. But we could still have some fun, don't you think? We could still share information with each other and it not be so, I mean, I don't even want to say so Eeyore because I don't want to insult Eeyore because Eeyore is amazing. But you know what I mean? Anyway, Valentine's Day, back to that. How are we feeling about that this year? What I love, and I don't know if this happens in your community, but an idea, you could probably still pull it together. It might be a little bit late now, but in the community that I live in, there's a really dynamic gal who decided to gather other gals together and we celebrate something called Galentine's. And so she gets everybody to sign up. She takes care of this whole thing. Her name is Brianne. Shout out to Brianne. Please hit the love buttons for her today. And basically what she does is she compiles everybody's info and matches you with another Galentine. And you have like this secret Galentine exchange that we do every year. And I think last year was my first year. It was phenomenal. So excited to be a part of it this year. And I've seen people posting pictures of what their Galentine gifts look like. And you get assigned a person and you get a little bit of information about that person and what they like. And you go out and buy them a Galentine's gift and you drop it off at their door as like a surprise. And I don't know how many women are a part of it. I want to say there's probably 30 of us at this point now. And it's this really cool Galentine's exchange. I would highly recommend you do that with either people in your community or people with your friend circle that live in the same place as you. It is so much fun. And I feel like it's a real saving grace for all the women involved, because if you're single, right, the chance of you getting a Valentine's gift is pretty slim. If you're married, sometimes the opportunity of you to get a Valentine's gift is also very slim. So regardless, it doesn't have to be for single, it's for everybody. You still get a gift from another woman in your community just to remind you how amazing you are and to lift you up. This is such a cool idea. So Brienne, thank you for being the brains behind this. I think it is pretty funny. It is so, so great. So I don't know. Coffee Club, maybe we'll have to do it next year. We'll have to figure out ways that we could mail since we're all over the place, right? But it's a really cool thing. And it's a really great community builder also. So just another great idea within community conversation of how you can build community is by building these pockets. And you would probably, in communities, you would almost want more than one of them going on, because if you got too many people, if you got too many, the group got too big, it would be really, really hard to manage. It would really be like a make work project for the person managing that. So if you had pockets of like 30, 30, 30, 30, or whatever the magic number is, I think it would be really cool. Yeah. Jim says, years ago, there used to be a radio blind date show in Buffalo called Desperate and Dateless. I think that's really just what online dating is now become, Jim. That's a good one. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Darlene. Tara says, I'm married and the chance of getting a Valentine's gift is still pretty slim. I know. And it comes down to lots of people don't like Valentine's because they call it the Hallmark holiday or whatever. They call it a marketing thing. They call it a whatever. Think of it as you want. But you know what? You don't have to partake in it to be following the rules of what society says you should do. It's just a fun opportunity. I think people overthink this holiday and they put way too much pressure on themselves, or people put too much pressure on their other person in their life. Like February is dubbed the love month. Right? It's heart and stroke month. It's an opportunity to have self-love month. It's an opportunity to just share with people in your world, which is the kindness revolution we've created in the first place. But just telling somebody you think they're awesome, whether you give them a gift or not on that day, that feels pretty good. And the shitty part, I guess, is that if you don't get some sort of acknowledgement or something, and everyone else in the world is, it feels kind of gross, right? So how do we navigate through that? And that is up to you to control, to navigate, to mindset shift how you want that day to roll out for you. If you're going in with this high expectation of getting something awesome, I would maybe tell the other person, just FYI, this is how I'm rolling into Valentine's this year, because they don't know. People aren't mind readers. If you don't mind, like if you go in going, you know what, if I got acknowledgement, great. If I don't, that's okay. I want to give love because that's my language. You know, it's up to us. And find people, like when we talked before about your Fab Five. So if you're single and you won't be getting an acknowledgement of any sort on Valentine's Day, which is okay, you can self-love all day long. I have a ton of things planned for Sunday. Message your Fab Five and just tell them that, you know, you care about them. They're important friends to you, and you're going to get that in return, and that's going to feel pretty awesome. But make it into, like, the National Random Acts of Kindness Day is coming up on the 17th of February. I almost think it should be the 14th of February. So then we could just do random acts of kindness and somebody would get something. It's one of those funny things. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on a Monday morning. What's yours? Feel free to post it in the comments. And if you need a Valentine, an online Valentine sent to you this weekend, you just DM me and I will make sure you get one. That I can do. All right, friends. Have an amazing rest of your Monday. For those of you who are in the polar vortex or whatever the heck they're calling it, stay warm. For those of you living in warmer places, we still love you. And have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll see you then.